I'm Anil Kumar, and in this video we'll try to understand product of two functions when both are trigonometric functions. We are given f of x equals to 3 cos of 2x and g of x equals to 4 tan 2x. We need to calculate product of f of x and g of x. So let's write down the product. F of x times g of x is indeed equals to 3 cos 2x times 4 tan 2x, correct? Now 3 times 4 is 12. Cos 2x, tan 2x could be written as sin 2x over cos 2x. So from here we can cancel cos 2x and cos 2x. So we get 12 sin 2x as the product, right? So that is the answer for the given question. Now most of the time when you have this question, we may have to find characteristics of this particular function, right? So now let's explore the characteristics. Of f of x times g of x, right? Now amongst the characteristics we can, now the function is 12 sin 2x. So as you can see, first is, let's talk about domain. Now if you see, cos 2x is in the denominator, right? So to find the domain, cos 2x cannot be equal to 0. Is it okay? Cos 2x should not be equal to 0. So that is first thing. So that restricts the domain since the denominator cannot be 0, correct? Now, so what are those values for which cos 2x is 0? Let's look into that. So the cosine function normally will be kind of like this. Now in our case, since we have cos 2x, the time period is going to be pi. Is it okay? Now time divided by 2, right? So time period t is equals to 2 pi divided by 2, which is pi in this case. Now you find this function is 0 for what values? Pi by 4 and 3 pi by 4. Do you see that? 3 pi by 4. Now since this function repeats, we are not saying in a particular domain. Since this function repeats, we know that this function will not be, the denominator will be 0. So this function will have a restriction at pi by 4, 3 pi by 4 and all such multiples. Now these are odd multiples of pi by 4, right? So from here we can write that the domain x belongs to real numbers where x is not equal to what? 2n plus 1, 2n plus 1 pi by 4. Do you see that? So that takes care of all odd multiples of pi by 4. 1, 3, 5, 7 and so on. Do you see? This actually moves on. 2n plus 1 times pi by 4 where n belongs to set of integers which we could denote by z or with I, right? So that becomes the domain. Now how about the range for this function? Since the amplitude is 12, we say range y belongs to real numbers so that y is between plus minus 12, right? So we could write this as minus 12 to plus 12. So that becomes the range for this function. Is that okay? The function is sin 2x, right? The range is 12. Now can you find x and y intercepts for sin 2x? 12 sin 2x. So we are looking into the function f of x times g of x equals to 12 sin 2x. This we did for cos 2x restrictions. This was for restrictions, correct? Which is kind of here, this denominator. We are actually working on 12 sin 2x. Now, can you find other characteristics of sine 2x? I know you can. For example, the most important characteristics which you should explore are intercepts. Let me write down intercepts. Increasing, decreasing interval. Or positive or negative periods or intervals, right? So these are other characteristics which you should explore for the given function, right? And try to provide a general solution as we have done here. Is that okay? As you know, these are repeating functions and behavior is not defined in this, right? So we know end behavior is not defined. So take this as a practice exercise. Find the intercepts, increasing, decreasing intervals, positive, negative periods, and end behavior is not defined. I'm Anil Kumar, and I hope this helps you to review. Thank you, and all the best.